Here we go!
Welcome to the Nintendo Power Zone, guys. It's your boy Nice One, and we are back with an unboxing video. And this isn't really a new one, and we kind of cheated with the order of these. But today we have the 10-inch Funko Pikachu Pop, and I was really excited about this when this came out. I think it was back in November of 2018. I haven't been able to go ahead and get this unboxed, but because we did the Bulbasaur last week, we're gonna go ahead and get this one done today. As you can see, it comes in a giant Funko style box, and it's a pretty standard box, so nothing too special about it, but it does differ from the 4-inch pop box. But guys, without further ado, let's go ahead and take a look at the rest of the box, and then we'll go ahead and unbox this thing. Alright guys, here it is. We have freed Pikachu from the box, and take a look at it, man. And the first thing that I'm really struck by is the overall size of the head. It's pretty massive, but it's very much in line with that Funko Pop vinyl style. They did a really good job on this. I do not dislike it at all. Aside from that, you get a nice little look at the body. I love this pose. He's got his hands down. Now again, the Funko Pop eyes do kind of creep me out, but I don't think they hinder the figure in any way. The only thing that I'm a little concerned about is just how swivelly the head is. Like, it's a really loose swivel, so you can't actually see that in the video, but I just want to make note of it. Aside from that, the paint deco is pretty fantastic, at least when you're looking at it from the front view. I'm going to point out something when we take a look at it from the back, so why don't we just go ahead and just take a look at the figure from different angles, and when we get there I'll tell you guys about it. Alright guys, here it is, the back of the figure. Now what I want to kind of point out here is just take a look at the ears. The black paint kind of doesn't match up perfectly. It's not a huge deal, and it's definitely not a detractor. This figure is meant to be displayed from the front, but it's just something I wanted to point out. Alright guys, it is comparison time, and what we have here is the 4-inch Funko Pop Pikachu, and they are strikingly similar to one another. There is one major difference as far as the actual pose is concerned, but on a smaller scale, you should notice that the body of the 10-inch Funko Pop is a lot glossier than the one on the 4-inch Funko Pop. It's more of a gloss versus the 4-inch having a matte finish. Now, I don't know why they chose to change the paint deco between the two figures. It's not something that detracts from either. It's just a weird choice. Okay, continuing on with comparison time, we have the Jakks Pacific Pokemon Chibi Pikachu figure. Now, Chibis were released back in 2009 at pretty much the height of the urban vinyl craze. Every company was getting in on it. Hasbro did the Mighty Mugs, DC did a couple, NECA did Batsu. Everybody was literally just trying to capitalize on the urban vinyl craze. And Jakks Pacific, who had the master toy license for Pokemon at the time, they wanted to get on it too. So there are a lot of actual similarities between the figures themselves. They have a very similar, head shape, and that's just kind of very reminiscent of the urban vinyl style. You'll see a lot of stuff like, Monies and Dunnies. They have larger heads but smaller bodies. That's very popular in urban vinyl art, and the Funko Pop, they've always worked in that capacity. They're very much, that urban vinyl art, so you start to see that as a similarity. Aside from that, the differences are the sculpted features on the Funko Pop, like the mouth and the eyes and the nose are all sculpted, whereas on the Jakks Pacific Chibi Pikachu, those are all painted on. So pretty much having all those features being relegated to paint application, it's not a bad way to get the figure across, but it also doesn't really really highlight, how cool urban vinyl can actually be. That being said though, the Funko Pikachu, the 10-inch version, retails at $29.99, whereas the Jakks Pacific Chibi Pikachu retailed at $9.99 when it launched back in 2009. So you get what you pay for in terms of quality, although it could be said that the 4-inch Funko Pop Pikachu carries the same amount of detail and retails at about a very similar price point at, I think it is $12.90, but it is what it is, you know? Now I took this picture from behind the back because I wanted to highlight two differences between the two Jax figures, and that's the positioning of the tail. The 10-inch figure has the tail standing completely upright, whereas the 4-inch figure has the tail off to the left hand side. So it's a weird difference for these two Funko Pop vinyls to have, but it just showcases that there are differences between the two figures. But now that we've done all this, let's go ahead and have a little bit of fun. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it is score time, my favorite time. Why? Because I get to tell you whether or not something is actually worth your hard-earned money. So guys, the Funko Pop 10-inch Pikachu did retail at $29.99 when it was released back in November. But you can't find it at Target anymore, so you're going to have to go into the secondary market. But on the plus side, the retail value hasn't gone up too much. It's currently about $40 to $45 on eBay, so it's still a pretty good deal. So let's go ahead and start giving this figure a proper review score, starting with its appearance. I really enjoy the appearance of the Funko Pop Pikachu. They did a very good job of capturing the essence of Pikachu while remaining true to the Funko Pop vinyl's art style. Now, I haven't always been the biggest fan of Funko Pop, mostly because of quality, but this figure doesn't really seem to suffer from any of the quality issues that I've had with some of these smaller scale Funko Pops. This one looks good. It's heavy, it's big, and it's very sturdy. So as far as its appearance is concerned, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. It captures the essence of Pikachu, but because of the Funko Pop eyes, it doesn't really work in my opinion, but they still did a fairly good job. Now, as far as the build quality is concerned, I said it was big, I said it was heavy, I said it was sturdy, and I'm fairly happy with that, aside from the fact that I think the head is a little too swivelly. I actually have two of these 10-inch Funko Pop Pikachus, and that's a problem that exists with both of them. The head just feels a little too swivelly, which makes it feel a little bit cheap, but aside from that, it's not a huge thing to complain about. This is mostly going to remain static on my shelf. Yes, I did bring it out for a photo shoot, and that's pretty much it. That's probably the only time I'm going to take pictures of the figure, so it probably won't leave my shelf aside from that. But yeah, so for its build quality, I'm also going to give it an 8. So we gave it an 8 for its appearance, an 8 for its build quality. Its final score is going to be an 8 out of 10, which means it gets our official Nintendo Power Zone seal of quality, and it deserves it. Funko has done a really good job of making Funko Pop style Pokemon figures, and I love that. Now granted, I think they corrected a lot of the issues that this Pikachu has with the Funko Pop 10-inch Bulbasaur, which we did for you guys last week, and yeah, they're clearly learning from the process of making Pokemon figures in the Funko Pop art style. So yeah, I really hope that they do a 10-inch Charmander, because Charmander was the last 4-inch Pokemon Pop that they released, so I'm really looking forward to that. But aside from that, guys, it's time for me to go ahead and get out of your hair. But before I let you go, social media links. You can hit me up on Twitter at nice1983. You can email me at nice1983@gmail.com. You can hit me up on Facebook, facebook.com/the Nintendo Power Zone. If you're a fan of the Nintendo Power Zone podcast, you can always download new episodes on iTunes, Google Play Music, stream new episodes on Spotify and Stitcher Radio. But if you want to watch the podcast live, you can catch us right here on YouTube, youtube.com/Nintendo Power Zone. And guys, remember, if you like this content, please like, comment, and subscribe so that we can keep making so much more of it. Anyway, guys, that's going to be it for me. Thank you so much for watching, and remember to watch out for amiibo hunters on the prowl. Deuces. I see because they're also cute and strong, and they are super nice and family.